Hey, what's going on YouTube? Today we're going to be looking at a retro classic, the sequel to the Air Max 96, and that is of course the Air Max 96 II. This specific shoe is the Air Max 96 II in the Goldenrod colorway. Now these retail for $160, so they're definitely on the pricier side. So let's get into it. Onto the upper, the base of it is this navy mesh material with many leather and textile overlays. It's got a very dad-like shoe style with this younger, edgier design to it. The design incorporates a few embossed patterns. By the forefoot and heel, we have these kind of embossed Nike signs. An embroidered Nike sign also sits on an embossed area by the laces. At the rear, the Max lettering is also embossed, and the lettering is reflective. The shoe features many reflective hits throughout the upper. We have some by the toe box, the side, and we also have some by the lace holder. Above that on the tongue we have some nice Air Max embroidery. The shoe also features a ton of Nike signs. We have two on the lateral side and one on the medial. We got one on the toe box and lastly one at the rear, for a grand total of 5 Nike signs on the upper. The shoe has a black removable foam insole. The black foam is actually denser than the foam on most insoles that I've experienced. It's also got a significant arch formation for increased support. On to the midsole and outsole. Of course, it shares its midsole with the original Air Max 96. The midsole looks very similar to the Air Max 95 and the Air Max Plus. It features those prominent visible air units on the heel and the forefoot. The design of the midsole looks kind of alien-like, especially with the air units colored in. The Predator could pull up in a pair of these, and with the right colorway, it actually wouldn't look too bad. The outsole has this very traction heavy pattern to it. We also have what looks to be a visible shank in the middle. The whole outsole looks almost like a trail shoe, but this is a running shoe, and people ran with these back in '96. As hard as it might be to believe for some of you out there, the shoe game was very different back in 1996. Let's talk about the colorway. We have the dark navy underneath with the large white leather overlays. We have some hits of yellow and some smaller hits of that reflective silver. This is actually a retro colorway from back in the day, and honestly this could be called the Static Shock colorway. I mean, the navy is just a little bit off, but other than that it's perfect. It's even got those gray and black hits just like the Static Shock costume. I mean, I can totally see him rocking a pair of these. You guys remember Static Shock, right? This show was my childhood. I would watch it all the time. I would stand like 2 feet away from the TV. This show is literally the reason I'm blind and have astigmatism. Anyways, back to the shoe. Let's talk about how they feel on feet. On feet, these feel like a glove. The upper feels snug and is comfortably padded. The shoe also fits true to size. The shoe has a very smooth feeling when walking. The air units definitely do their job and give a slight spring-like feel to it, without feeling segmented like some other Air Max shoes that we've gotten in recent memory. Even though the shoe is chunky, it surprisingly doesn't feel heavy on feet. It's actually pretty light. One small criticism I do have about the shoe is that I wish it had a pull tab on the rear, just so it'd be a little bit easier to slip on, but honestly it's really not that big of a deal. Other than that though, this shoe is really great on feet. overall, this shoe is a really nice, comfortable, chunky runner. Hard to believe that this design came out back in '96. Nike has almost always been ahead of its time and has really been an innovating force in the shoe industry. With the Air Max 95 coming out just a year before this shoe, it's been really difficult for this shoe to shine, but maybe that'll change. I hope Nike releases more colorways for this shoe and kind of helps keep it alive. So like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll definitely see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.